Freda just made a shocking announcement that changes everything. In the golden hush of a Brisbane sunset, where the Brisbane River curls like a whispered secret through the city's veins, a young mother named Freda Puru sat on the edge of her daughter's bed, tiny fingers tracing the outline of a Broncos jersey draped over the headboard like a talisman against the world's chaos. What if the woman once shattered by love's sudden fracture, the quiet force behind a Maroons lightning bolt, stepped into the light not with bitterness, but with a vow that rewove the threads of family, fame, and forgiveness, declaring to the world that some bonds aren't broken by breakups, but forged fiercer in the fire of second chances? It was December 8th, 2025, just 2 days shy of the date that marked their official split's shadow, in the cozy confines of a family home on Brisbane's north side, walls adorned with framed snapshots of speckies and first steps. Freda Peru, 23, and radiant in the unfiltered glow of Instagram Live, her dark hair cascading like a waterfall over shoulders that had carried the weight of single motherhood through NRL finals and tabloid tempests, adjusted the phone's angle to capture not just her face, but the heart-shaped locket around her neck, engraved with Leila's Forever, a quiet rebellion against the headlines that had long painted her as the ex in exile. The screen flickered to life at 7:42 p.m., notifications pinging like distant thunder as 15,000 viewers, Broncos diehards, Maroons loyalists, and curious souls from Sydney's southern sands, tuned in, expecting the usual post-game banter or parenting pearls. Instead, Freda's voice, steady as a halftime huddle, cut through the digital din. I've been silent too long because love isn't a story for likes. But tonight, for Leila, for us, Reece and I are giving this family another shot. We're back together, and this time it's unbreakable. The chat exploded, hearts raining like confetti, but in that moment, it was just a mother reclaiming her narrative, her eyes glistening with the unshed tears of 2 years' worth of what-ifs. The backstory unfolded like a slow-motion replay of a game-winning try. Reece Walsh and Freda Puru, teenagers thrust into adulthood by the birth of their daughter Leila in March 2021, when he was barely 18 and the Broncos prodigy still chasing his first NRL contract. Their love had bloomed amid the roar of Redcliffe's training fields, her Kiwi roots mirroring his Maori heritage, a shared fire that saw her cheering from the sidelines as he soared for Origins and Premierships, even after the 2023 cocaine scandal that fined him $5,000 and fractured their foundation, whispers of irreparable trust sending them down separate paths. Co-parenting from afar, polite handoffs at school gates, the ache of holidays split like a contested ball. Yet through the silence, threads of connection lingered. Joint birthday posts for Leila tagged with emojis of unity, late-night texts coordinating doctor visits, Reece's post-grand final tears in October 2025, Clive Churchill medal clutched in one hand, a call to Freda in the other, confessing amid the Suncorp confetti that fatherhood's pull was eclipsing the field's fleeting highs. Please like, share, and subscribe for more Sport Talk content. As the live stream peaked at 50,000 viewers, Freda's words wove deeper, her hand absent-mindedly stroking a photo album on her lap. Pages filled with faded Warriors scarves from his New Zealand days, and her handwritten notes from Leila's first words? Data fly. She spoke of the quiet rebuild, stolen weekends at the Gold Coast hideaway he'd bought for $188 million in 2024, not as a family estate, but a sanctuary where arguments dissolved into laughter over barbecues, where Reece painted tiny nails electric blue to match his state of origin boots, a ritual born of vulnerability that bridged the chasm his mistakes had carved. The NRL world, still buzzing from the Broncos' 2025 Premiership triumph, a 28-20 thriller over Penrith, where Walsh's hat trick sealed his immortality, held its breath as Freda's announcement rippled outward. In the Broncos' Lang Park sheds, teammates like Payne Haas paused mid-celebratory beer, phones aloft, grins spreading like wildfire. About bloody time, King! Walsh himself, fresh from a recovery session, went live in response minutes later, his voice cracking over the hum of the city. Freda's the real MVP. We've hurt, we've healed, and for Leila, we're all in. No more half measures. Crowd reaction surged like a wave crashing Suncorp's Eastern Stand, X ablaze with #Walsh reunion trending nationwide by midnight. Fans from Townsville to Tamworth flooding timelines with montages of old couple goals. Freda in the sheds post-2022 Origin win, cradling newborn Leila while Reece hoisted the shield, her quiet strength during his 2023 suspension, a single Instagram story of a broken heart emoji that broke 1,000 supporter hearts in reply. The turning point crystallized in that raw exchange, Freda's live, not a scripted reveal, but a cathartic exhale. Her admission of, "The nights I cried alone, wondering if we'd lost us forever," drawing gasps from viewers who'd idolized Walsh's flair, but glimpsed his fractures. Reece joined her feed midway, unannounced, his face filling the split screen like a prodigal's return, arms wrapping around her shoulders. Leila's laughter bubbling from off camera as she toddled into frame, clutching a toy rugby ball. "We chose each other again," he said, the words of vow etched in the ether, silencing trolls and reigniting hope in a league where off-field fumbles often fizzle into footnotes. In the hours that followed, as Brisbane's skyline twinkled like 1,000 approval likes, the emotional undercurrent swelled. Freda logging off to tuck Leila in, whispering stories of Dada's big comebacks, while Reece fielded calls from coach Kevin Walters, whose gruff blessing, "Family first, son, the rest follows," echoed the ethos that had rebuilt the Broncos from 2023's wooden spoon to 2025's glory. Word spread like a perfectly weighted grubber kick, tabloids from the Courier Mail to the Daily Telegraph pivoting from breakup autopsies to reunion romances, headlines heralding Walsh's wingwoman returns, love conquers all. Fan forums overflowed with testimonies. A Maroons mum in Mackay sharing how Freda's grace through the split inspired her own blended family battles. Broncos faithful in Red Hill toasting with mid-strength laggers, scarves aloft in impromptu backyard viewings of the clip. Their cheers a chorus of communal joy for a star who'd humanized his halo. Social media's alchemy turned personal into profound. Edits syncing Freda's announcement to Walsh's 2025 Grand Final highlights. Her voiceover layering "Unbreakable" atop his sideline conversions, while radio lines jammed with callers choking back emotion. As a dad who's lost and found, this hits home. Reece, you're teaching us all. The NRL's grapevine hummed too, rivals like Nathan Cleary texting quiet congrats, the code's quiet code of respect transcending state lines. Historically, this revelation layered onto rugby league's tapestry of redemption arcs. From Andrew John's post-scandal rebirths to Billy Slater's family-fueled finals. Yet, Freda's stand amplified the women's whisper in the wings, her Maori heritage echoing the cultural resilience that birthed Walsh's fire. A nod to the unsung partners whose steadiness steadies the storm. As the night deepened, with stars pricking the Queensland velvet, the ripple touched the series' soul. Slater